Hello, everybody, welcome to my channel. Happy Halloweens to all. Have a blast. Today I am going to explain and recap a Halloween-themed film called The Body. At the beginning of the film, we see a professional hitman named Wilkes. He had come to the hotel on Halloween night to murder a famous rich celebrity. His employer asked him to bring the body by 2 a.m. in the night. He kills the rich man and wraps his body like a mummy. The man was not completely dead, yet he wrapped him up and drags him away from the hotel. All the guests in the hotel thought this was Wilkes's Halloween custom. They gave him compliments. Wilkes was wearing a nice tight suit which made him hot. He was dressed like a perfect psycho killer seen in movies. Outside the hotel, some mischievous children had thrown garbage on everyone's cars and punctured everyone's cars. As it was Halloween's night. This also included Wilkes' car. Now 3 careless teens, Alan, Morgan Adams, Dorothy and Nick, were going to a Halloween party. Their custom was next to nothing. Alan bumps into Wilkes and sees his body. He thought of the body as a prop and the Wilkes dress as a costume. He invited him to the party with him as he wanted to make a grand impression in front of his friends. Wilkes needed a lift as the police was right in front of him, who was called by another car owner whose car got damaged as well. Wilkes accepts the invitation and says, "I need a lift. I won't be staying at the party very long." The Halloween party was hosted by these guys' rich friend, Jack Baker. A lot of people came there in their best Halloween costume. Wilkes drags his corpse and places it there, with which many people take selfies. They thought it was a prop. Upon seeing Wilkes, one of Jack's employees, Maggie, gets attracted. She went to him and started chatting with him in a seduction manner. She wore the costume of Marie Antoinette. The same Marie Antoinette, the wife of French King Louis XVI, whom the French considered an evil woman. After the French Revolution, people beheaded her. Wilkes had to leave the party early, but the guys had yet to enjoy the party. Jack now takes everyone to a secret bunker where he made an exclusive arrangement. While these guys enjoying, the rich guy wrapped in that body started making noise. Jack asked whether or not it has some kind of electronics in it. Wilkes said it sometimes makes such a noise, gives it a kick, and it will be normal. Jack kicks it in the head, and it suddenly makes a noise with a jerk. As Jack and the rest bent down to see what happened, blood spilled under the wrap. Seeing this, everyone panicked. They now knew that this was a real body and Wilkes a hitman. After this, Wilkes points the knife at all of them and threatens them. Just then he threw the knife directly into Nick's head. Everyone but Maggie was scared like hell seeing this. Maggie likes this and says, "I have wanted to do something like that for many years." She also had feelings of serial killers under her, which she has been suppressing. Meaning, mentally she was a psycho too. Here she starts helping Wilkes. She opens a drawer in which the car's key was there. But Jack had already built a booby trap in it, hence as soon as she opened the drawer, the emergency alarm started sounding. Halloween props started falling. Taking advantage of this destruction, Jack escapes from the bunker with Alan, Dorothy, and that body. Wilkes and Maggie got trapped. These 3 arrive at the parking garage carrying that body. Their fingerprints were on the body, so they were in panic. Wilkes was wearing gloves. Dorothy insists on calling the police. Alan says that there is a police van stationed outside the building due to the Halloween patrolling. Jack ran and brought a police officer to the parking lot. At first, the officer does not take them seriously, he finds it a joke of Halloween. Jack reveals the face by removing the body's wrap. That body was of a famous rich man. With more than 1 million Twitter followers, everyone identifies him. There was a body cam on the shoulder of the police officer which was recording all this. He asked these guys who did this. On the other hand, Maggie opens the bunker with the help of Jack's digital lock. Both of them also arrive at the garage now. Before leaving, Maggie pocketed Jack's mobile. The police pointed guns at Wilkes and asked him to stop. The 3 guys started running away with the body. During the confusion, the officer shoots at Maggie, which ends up injuring her. Later, Wilkes kills that officer as well. These 3 guys take a cart from a homeless man. Jack pays him some money and gives a speech on homelessness. These 3 were trapped without any fault of theirs. Maggie was helping Wilkes. It was a perfect Halloween for her as she was letting out her darkest feelings. She was very happy. She said to Wilkes that, "I can locate them, I need a laptop." She was a data analyst for Jack, as in a nerd. She sends a WhatsApp message to Alan from Jack's mobile. in which there were photos of bodies of Nick and the police officer. Below was the caption with an emoji, "I kill them, you hide them." Meaning Maggie was implicating Jack in the murder. It was digital evidence. All three guys were raging seeing this, but they did not have an option. If they went to the police, they would have arrested them instead. That's why Alan says that if there is no body, then there is no evidence of murder, then no one will prove anything. He put forward the idea of bleaching the body by taking inspiration from Mr. Walter White of Breaking Bad. His plan was to burn the body at 1000 degrees centigrade by shredding it, burning its fingerprints by pouring bleach on it. Dorothy and Jack thought this was gross, but they accepted it as there was no other option. Meanwhile, Maggie and Wilkes go to a bar where Wilkes steals a man's laptop. A timestamp flashes on the screen. Wilkes now had just 2.5 hours of time left. Maggie asks Wilkes out of curiosity why he took up this profession. Wilkes says that we all should do what we like in life. Those who are afraid of consciences are weak. Some kind of chemistry was brewing between both these psychopaths. Wilkes's employer calls him and says the dead police officer is not good for business. He demands his body and reminds Wilkes of his time. Wilkes's employer was keeping an eye on him all the time, which rattled him a little, as someone else could also kill him. Maggie hacks Alan's phone and finds his location. They were in a hardware store. Wilkes tells Maggie to send the police officer's body cam footage to Alan, which she hacked from a police server. The trio were in a hardware store where they were shredding the body. Alan says a guy with millions of Twitter followers shouldn't die like this. Then a video which Maggie sent pops on his mobile in which he was standing with the body in front of the police officer. In panic, these guys started moving towards the local crematorium where the body was leaking blood. Maggie and Wilkes arrive at that location and follow this blood trail. Before going any further, Wilkes kisses Maggie and says thanks. Just then he stabbed her and left her to die there. A very cold-hearted guy indeed. The security guard at the crematorium points a gun at these three after seeing blood-dripping body. Only then Wilkes comes from behind and kills him too. These guys moved into the building with the body where Jack got separated by Alan and Dorothy. He hides in a casket, but Wilkes manages to kill him. Alan and Dorothy were hiding in the incinerator room when Wilkes finally arrived. Alan attacks him and suffocates him. Dorothy punched him a couple of times, but Wilkes was strong and pro. He kills Alan with a knife. Dorothy goes to shoot him with a gun, which Wilkes stops with one of the thick steel plates. The bullet rebounds and hits Dorothy's forehead. She was dead as well. Finally, Wilkes takes the body and informs his employer. He has completed his task with 40 seconds remaining. His boss pays him his money. Just then someone shot Wilkes from behind. Upon checking, it was Maggie. She was alive. She attacks him from behind and kills him. She says, "I just wanted to do that once in my life." She now wrapped Wilkes' body and started dragging it along the street. With this, movie ends. So this was the story of the film The Body. It's a dark comedy film. It has a few hilarious moments. Basically, Maggie had psycho feelings in her. She wanted to be free from them, I guess. Wilkes was the perfect guy. She was wearing the costume of Marie Antoinette. According to one French history, Marie manipulated King Louis XVI and caused wars. During the French Revolution, she stopped the king from surrender, which resulted in many people's death. She stood for her monarchy, due to which revolutionaries beheaded her. According to other French history, she was a strong feminist leader which irritated patriarchy. So have a great Halloween. Please do subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.